Well, good morning everybody. Reaganite71 here. I'm going to do a garden update today. I'm sorry it's been so long since my last video. I've been in the job market for the last several months and had a nice interview this past week, and it looks like maybe next week I'll be working for American Eagle. So I'll be still doing my garden updates and all that, but I'm going to be gainfully employed. Well, let's take a look at the garden here this morning. The heat has been absolutely horrific on the plants. Looking pretty good there. We actually got our first rain in about 3 weeks yesterday, but it's been really rough. I've been having to water almost every day. The sun has done this, but I do have a pumpkin. Got some periwinkles and some rough-looking petunias there. I've got a new follower too. I think we're going to call her Socks. One of my sons found a mama and 3 baby cats starving and brought them home. Our other 2 cats are declawed. These are not, so they'll be staying outside and running critters off for us. Good morning. The watermelons aren't doing too bad. I've been watering just about everything every single morning during the heat. We've had almost 3 weeks of 100 to 105 degree weather. It's been horrible. But I've got my melons in their hammocks, the ones that need them. Here's our seedless. Look at that, would you? My goodness. It rained yesterday, thank goodness, but I'm gone. You stay out of there. No. Eating the grass? Really? Oh, let's go. Come on. No. Don't you eat my melon. Let's not eat the melon leaves, okay? One of the things that I've been doing, I showed in the last video, is I've been using these to actually shade them from the heat, and it's helped a bit. Protects those sugars in there too. Well, I need some more of those lids though. Strawberries, not doing too well in the heat either. But I've been having to water these sticks every single morning religiously because they'll dry out real fast in the heat. Now the cantaloupe, quite amazing. If I throw some little shade cloth towels over the very top, the leaves will stay intact. If I leave them exposed to the 100-degree sun all day long, those things will go from that size to that size by the end of the day and be all wilty. So they need the shade. What's really got me sad is how my better boys are looking. Look at that. That's a lot of heat right there. A lot of heat. I've now taken to rigging up bed sheets that have the little bungee elastic on the corners. I've been putting them on here and using some garden clips to hold it on, and that's been providing a little bit of shade. It also helps keep the sun off of the compost where we water. We pulled a ton of tomatoes though. I've probably made almost 20 pints of salsa so far, and I've still got tomatoes getting ready to come off there. Sweet banana peppers are doing well. Look at that right there. One of the things I love to do is walk through the garden and eat. When it's organic, you can do that. That's good. Same thing with these though. By the end of the day, the leaves are all wilty. Looks like it's absolutely dying. Give it a drink of water in the evening when the sun's down off of it, or in the morning, and it bounces right back. Our okra is doing quite nicely, and it's been doing the exact same thing in this heat, wilting like crazy, you know, and it needs water. Just whatever you do, don't water in the middle of the day. Water droplets act like a magnifying glass on your leaves, and it's very, very bad for it. One of the things my wife likes to do is harvest them when they're about this size, not let them get real big because it alters their flavor. She said they taste best when they're about as long as your pinky. Oh, hey, do you guys remember the grow bags? Look at this. About 2 weeks worth of growth here. I mean, these things were down here, remember? Right here I'll insert a snapshot of the bags when I first placed them. And you can see what they look like 2 weeks ago to what they look like now. That mix with the coconut coir, the compost, and the moisture control potting soil is really doing the trick. I can feel the moisture in there even still, and it's been days since I've watered it. But look at that. That's some good growth there. And we've got some buds on them too. Ready to get going there. Our single stems are over here. They're looking good. We've already taken a couple off of there. I've got a problem almost exclusively to the big boys this year. As you can see, there's 6'3" right there, and they're continuing on up. But I've been having some rot on the bottoms. These are looking better here. But I've actually lost about 6 tomatoes off of this plant. These are looking okay now. I'm guessing they had too much water. I really scaled back. Even in the heat, the tomato beds, you know, everything else is pretty much getting water every day. But the tomato beds, I've backed off to watering those every 2 days. Now when I come through on the days that I'm not deep watering, what I will do is I'll just put a light layer, spray a light layer of water on top. But I'm not saturating them. How about that though? Well, it was an experiment and it seems to have worked. They're clipping right along there. And I must say, I like the trellis clips much better than weaving them in and out, because I've noticed that the wind, when they blow on the leaves, your nylon can act like a saw and start sawing on them. Really don't want that. These bad boys right here, clicks into the string right there, comes around. What you want to do is you want to put it right underneath where these branches are, where they'll come out and rest on it, and it'll support the weight. But there we are. Trellis clips. Here's our other grow bags here, courtesy of Wally World, with some suckers that are really getting with it. These are my big boys right here. Those are the better boys. And then I've got 3 Arkansas right here that I've pulled suckers off of the original plants and cloned them, if you will. And they're doing pretty good too. That one was itty bitty in there. I rushed it a little bit, but it seems to be doing okay. Even in the heat, which is good. That moisture control and the coconut coir, I think that's the key. And then feeding them. You're going to have to feed these a lot more than you would in the compost bed. I was watching one of Praxis's new videos yesterday, and he was talking about how you're not going to have earthworms in your containers. So you're going to have a regular feeding schedule. What I like to do on Sunday evenings is I'll come through and give them a good feed. But in this heat, he also said what they really want right now is water. Water early in the morning. That way it has a chance to evaporate off the leaves and maintain your plants during the day. And if you can't do it early in the morning, do it in the evening once the sun has gone down and is low in the sky. My wife has taken to banding up our cauliflower. We've got some heads on there now. She actually used she used a trellis clip there to protect the heads from the sun, because they'll burn up. Otherwise, kind of like those leaves on the better boys did. And then we've got some onions going. We've harvested all of our potato hills. We've got some yellow onions left behind. She wanted to try, since cabbage didn't work in our other bed, she wanted to try some here. And it is doing a lot better than it did in the shade, the whole mostly shady area. So, there's our carrots right here. These are high water content items, so we keep those watered very regularly as well. Green beans are about played out. I'm kind of leaving them in there because they put nitrogen in the soil, and it's providing some shade to the bed here. We went through and got all of our corn yesterday except for a couple of ears, because it's just really drying out bad. I mean, that's just feels like dry paper there. Some of them not as bad, but the ears themselves were also getting discolored and turning real bad, losing their green. So we just decided to take them where they were. There. Got a chance of more rain today, I hope so, because it's already, this is, it's 9:45 and it's already 93 degrees. Going to get pretty hot today. Pretty hot indeed. A day like today is when you need something like that right there. We got this back over spring break because I've been out of work and we've been living on one paycheck this year. We got our taxes in and we splurged a little bit and we bought this so that we could have a little bit of entertainment this year. If you get one of these, try to get one of these too. It'll hold about 24 cans of your favorite beverage. And it's real nice to cool off in the pool and have a cold drink right there with it. As long as your kids aren't splashing into it. Nothing like chlorine in your preferred beverage. Now you saw the cabbage over there out in the sun. The only thing we've been doing is throwing a shade cloth over it and watering it every morning. This is the cabbage in the mostly shady area. This is what we wound up with. So the cabbage needs sun. It doesn't want a lot of heat because it'll bolt, but it definitely needs plenty of sunlight. We've also, my dad gave us some moon plants the last time we were over there looking at his mutant tomatoes. By the way, he brought one of those things to me, the one that we featured at the very end where we were talking about Fukushima tomatoes. He brought that one to me the other day. We took it over to Grow Fresh and weighed it, and the thing weighed 2 3/4 pounds. I wish he had videoed snapping it off the vine and weighing it, because he could have put it in the contest for Am I Gardener. But he gave me some moon plants. I've got some there. And then over here, I put a couple right there. They have the beautiful white trumpets, and in the evening when you walk through your garden, the fragrance is absolutely lovely. Well, hello there. The fragrance is wonderful though. What you got to do though is they get these little round spiky seed balls. You got to pull them off because they'll bust open and you'll have moon plant seeds everywhere. Don't want that, and you don't want kids and teenagers getting into them because They've tried to get high on them in the past, and it's wound up killing them. Very bad deal. So make sure you get those off and discard them. We're trying some potatoes in a pot. We do have some potatoes still growing. That's what's left of our cilantro there. We've been harvesting it, and it's pretty much gone. It had pretty much gone to bulb. But we got some really good use out of the cilantro, I'd say, with all the salsa we've made. She had me move the basil over into partial sun yesterday because of the heat. And we've got some color going over here. I put a moon plant in each one of these beds here and here. Pardon the ugly looking garden shed. Hey, at least I've got a garden shed. It's a rent house, so I mean, I'm thankful for it. And these are those cardinal trumpet climbers. I think maybe if I put me a couple of nails up here, I could actually run it on up. Maybe. Lots of green growth, but no trumpets on them yet. We're getting them out there on the fence, though. My compost pile. I haven't been able to make new compost in about 2 weeks because once this heat kicked in, the grass just stopped growing completely. I haven't mowed in about 2 weeks. This is 2 weeks ago right here. Or I actually mowed 3, but this is what, this is the compost that I made here from 3 weeks ago. And this would be 4. It's been nice, hot, dry, and no, that is not a litter box. You stay away. Hello, there's my son has taken to calling this one Sid. Come here, Sid. Isn't he goofy looking? Look at that, cute. And there's Sid's sister, or brother. These two are hilarious. They were so skinny and emaciated the evening of July 4th. My older son brought them home to us because they knew we loved cats. They love playing together. They hunt, play. This one found a cicada yesterday. It was the funniest thing. It was buzzing around and it would scare it, and then it would get down and hunt it, pick it back up. Everything is just new and wondrous to these little guys. Where are you going? They are just hilarious. And I'm glad that they're good hunters. You get any mice, crickets, moles, they will take them out. Oh. Meow. Chase that tail. Oh, they will too. They catch their tail moving out of the corner of their eye, it's all over. Something else I wanted to show you, I moved my compost tea down off of the deck. Pardon the mess here. We had that rain yesterday. I actually used these buckets to catch rain falling off of the side or the little lean-to roof here on the deck. Works pretty good because then when this starts to run low in the water barrel, I'll just take these buckets, pour them in. So if we've gone a week or so without rain, I can add more fresh water to it that's not chlorinated. But I moved the compost tea bucket down here, got it off of the deck. This blue cube has got rollers on the bottom and an extendable handle. So instead of having to take my my little watering can, come to it, fill it up, walk it all the way out to the garden, come back, fill it up. Once I've gotten a couple of bucketfuls and poured them out, I can actually extend that handle, move this over to the garden, and just water with the bucket and that right there. It's very handy. And all I had to do was get a longer line. Somebody was asking me a while back, do I have a check valve on it? And I do, right there. But that line just runs all the way back to the pump, which is right here. So there we are. Pretty neat. Pardon the mess here. Larry Hall up in Brainerd, Minnesota shot me a message on Friday saying, "Where's your videos, dude? I can't wait." So I had to put one together this morning. I do apologize for it being so long in between them, but had to attend to some other matters. Here comes Mama to inspect. Ah, kids. Gotta love them, huh? It looks like a little hyena. Here she comes. She's a fast little booger. Get that tail. Funny, funny, funny. Oh, she's stalking in the weeds over there. There she comes.